And welcome everybody to the SpiceCorps of Central New Jersey for our very first meetup. I want to thank everyone who has joined in watching the presentation, everyone who is watching, oh, and we got to fix that over there, and anyone who's listening to the call. If you're just listening to the call, I'll try to describe the best I can on the screen. We are also recording this presentation that will be placed on a few websites, and all that information will go out on the Facebook and the Twitter, or just go to www.ajwebdesignplus.com and you'll get it from there as well. Probably as early as this afternoon, I'll have that on there. So we have a couple of things to do today. First, I want to apologize that we had to switch from a on-site location to a online location. Had a little bit of an issue with the on-site location, a little bit of a conflict. We hope to do this on-site in the future. And of course, I'll speak to the folks who are part of the SpiceCorps of this group and other people other small businesses in the area. We want to get small businesses involved, not just IT pros, which is one of the goals of the SpiceCorps, of course, to bring together IT professionals, and we want to get the small businesses, owners, and people who represent those small businesses together too, to kind of help give them knowledge as well. Tips, ways that they can improve their business. Some of them don't have IT personnel, and either they do it themselves or we'll give them a place to go for help. Very quickly, the event is sponsored by AJ Computers LLC and AJ Web Design Plus, a division of AJ Computers LLC. You can go to ajcomputertech.com or www.ajwebdesignplus.com to see more about those two sponsoring companies. So let's get started today at the presentation. Basically, we're going to talk about Windows 10, SpiceWorks, and web tips for your business, and a lot more. If we have people still on the call or anyone who's interested, we'll do a roundtable talk after the presentation. And then we have announcements and free swag to give away for those who are part of the live call. For those who don't make the live feed and who watch this video on demand, there'll be an email address I'll give you at the end of the presentation. If you stick through the end, you might have a chance to win some free swag too. So stick by for that. So let's get started today. So today's presentation is sponsored by AJ Computers LLC and AJ Web Design Plus. We have what is SpiceWorks, Windows 10 intro, and web design tips. So what is SpiceWorks? Conversation today. SpiceWorks, it's everything IT, and it's the free IT management app and community. It's really nice software, and what IT pros are asking. So you as an IT admin, what do I have? How do I keep track of everything? Is everything working? All important questions for an IT admin. How do I fix it? Enter SpiceWorks, the one-stop shop for your ticketing, inventory, and knowledge base. It's everything an IT admin can dream of, and it's free. That's the best part of it, and that's what's important about this. Not only do you get all these tools, but you get it for free, and you now join a network of pros and professionals who can truly help you get your job done. So let's answer some of these questions for you now that we discussed that SpiceWorks can help solve these questions. Full inventory of hardware and software. You get a complete scan of your network. You choose the networks to scan, so you can have various networks at your corporation or in your business or place of work, whatever, and you'll be able to scan those networks and pick up machines, servers, phones, and so on and so forth. How do you keep track of everything? You get to-dos and user requests in the form of ticketing. And the ticketing system is really easy to use, and it's really nice to keep track of not only what tickets are happening, but keeping track of what you've done to resolve those tickets, ultimately leading to a final resolution. You can monitor through troubleshooting and reports on assets. You get alerts on various issues. You choose the thresholds for the alerts. Is a hard drive running out of space? Is a machine offline? So on and so forth. And how do you fix? Well, you collaborate with the community of IT pros, other admins, vendors who are part of SpiceWorks. And believe me, any vendor you can think of has a SpiceWorks page and joins the conversation. And of course, SpiceWorks has their professionals, they call it Spice Agents, that can help you as well. And looks like we... All right. SpiceWorks is a 23 megabyte download. 23 megabytes. Think about that. That's so tiny nowadays. And it's designed for IT pros who have admin rights on their network. So you must have admin rights on your network. You should be a domain admin or something in that vein. You can't just be a general user looking to do this because SpiceWorks does need access to see your network. It doesn't do anything to your network. It doesn't make changes to your network. It just needs to see it. It's a monitor. Organizations with less than 1,000 devices or on their network, it will work with more, but it won't be as fast. Meaning that if your organization has anywhere from 5 to 1,000 devices, or it could have one device, SpiceWorks is going to work at optimal speed. Over 1,000 devices, it will work, but it'll slow down. There are workarounds. You could do scans a little differently. You can be creative on how you scan and how you monitor. So if you have 10,000 devices, you can certainly get it to work, and we'll talk about who you can go to for help with that later on. Discovering Windows, OS X, Linux, and Unix, but must run from a PC. So at the moment, SpiceWorks is a PC-based piece of software. So if you're a Apple OS shop, you need at least one Windows computer, VM, whatever you have, to get this running and working. So what do I need for SpiceWorks to work? That's a common question, and we're going to answer that right now. System requirements. XP Pro Service Pack 2 or better. I think everybody hopefully is a little bit better than XP at this point since that's been out of service through Windows for a while, no more updates, and it's being hacked like crazy. More importantly, Vista 7. You're looking at servers, Windows Server 2003, SP1 or better. Again, Windows Server 2008 I think is more common nowadays. 1 gigahertz Pentium 3 class processor, 1 gigabyte of RAM. When you talk about browser requirements, you need Firefox 1.5 or later, or IE 7.0 or later, or Google Chrome 2.0 or later. I can tell you personally, from experience, Google Chrome is the preferred method, in my opinion. It works best. It will work in the other browsers, but it works best in Chrome. Full inventory of hardware and software. So, you can automatically discover hardware and software via agent-free scans. You do not have to download an additional piece of software, a plugin, or anything of that nature onto the remote machines. This is great because most monitoring tools needs to put software in other machines, but it gets kind of mucky. Sometimes it's hard to install or deploy, or it doesn't work, or it fails, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to worry about it with SpiceWorks. You gather technical data about your assets, create custom attributes like department, inventory non-network devices such as PDAs, and you can compare two devices and troubleshoot from SpiceWorks. Some really customized reports. You could see software installations, disk usage, trouble tickets, and so much more. Easily create custom reports. You can export these reports into a CSV, PDF, or Excel format. Exchange reports builds with other SpiceWorks users. So essentially what they mean, not Exchange like Outlook Exchange, they mean you could swap. If you come up with a really good report, you can share it with the other folks on SpiceWorks and vice versa. People love to share what they create in SpiceWorks. And SpiceWorks gives you incentives to share. They give you a point system. They recognize those who help build the community. And for those who have been to a Spice World, which is the SpiceWorks convention, they are truly appreciative and love the people who are part of the SpiceWorks community, which is growing substantially large every single day. Help desk and ticket submission. Maybe the first reason that I ever looked into SpiceWorks personally, and I can tell you that it works really well. It allows clients to submit tickets with attachments via email or a web portal that you can custom design. And the custom design is extremely simple. You don't need to know any type of programming coding for that. Create tickets in one click for devices that need attention. Assign tickets across your IT team. Manage projects and view progress. And access and manage your help desk via your mobile device. Obviously, that takes a little bit of finesse, whether you have to VPN in to access or you have to somehow present your SpiceWorks server to the internet, depending on your network setup, if you can do it or not. By the way, SpiceWorks does have a cloud version as well. Network monitors and alerts. You can monitor disk space, software installations, antivirus, and so on and so forth. Create alerts to detect these events and prevent issues. See and set up alerts for Microsoft events across your environment, and monitor the health of your Exchange server. Just some of the monitoring network monitors and alerts that you can do with global community of IT pros. Ask IT questions and share answers. It's a huge knowledge base, and you constantly can. It's constantly growing. You can add. You can ask questions. People are so eager to answer. Join groups based on interest, geography, expertise, and more, like the SpiceCorps. See recommendations and ratings on IT products and services from other IT pros, and get tips and support on getting the most out of your. So what's the catch? There's no gimmicks, no catches. Here's how it works. Why is SpiceWorks free? So they could charge for SpiceWorks, but since the ads power the consumer web, why not let ads keep SpiceWorks free? It's no different than Google. How does Google stay free? Their web search is the top notch. It's the best. Everyone uses Google search. They've changed the vernacular of our speaking. When we say we're going to look up something on the internet, we're going to say we're going to Google it. Well, they use banner ads. They use side ads. They use ads. Well, not banner ads. I shouldn't say that, but they use ads, and that's what makes it possible for them to continue operating. SpiceWorks is the same, and their banner ads are really good. They promote products that you as an IT admin would be interested in. So it's not garbage. It's not like ads about McDonald's. It's stuff that's related to IT. And if you can't have ads for whatever reason, it's no problem. You can even have your logo placed in the SpiceWorks program with what's called SpiceWorks My Way. Replace the ads and add your logo for $20 a month with SpiceWorks My Way. This is not necessary. You don't lose functionality if you don't do this. This is simply if in your environment you're not allowed to have ads for. Where do I get SpiceWorks? Go to SpiceWorks.com. Easy, right? Click free download and enjoy the IT freedom in less than 5 minutes. It's really easy to set up. I'm telling you, you don't need to know a lot about computers. If you can install Microsoft Office and start using Word or Excel, you can do this SpiceWorks installation as well. So we're going to move on to Windows 10, a new subject here. I'm just going to take a little bit of a drink. And let's get started. Windows 10. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining the SpiceCorps local IT meetup today, our online event. Don't forget to tweet about it using hashtag SpiceCorps. And this is sponsored by AJ Computers and AJ Web Design Plus. So Windows 10 to it. So Windows 10 launched back July 29th. I'm sure everyone's heard of it. If you haven't, guess what? It's here. I'm supposed to just show of hands who already moved over and who hasn't. Right now, if you are part of the Join Me session, until July 29, 2016, when Microsoft will offer free upgrades of the OS for users of Windows 7 and Windows 8 point whatever. So if you have Windows 7 right now, or you have a Windows 8 version, until July, the end of July basically of this year, Microsoft will let you upgrade for free. I mean, let's be honest. They're not doing it because they're nice. They're doing it because they want to get everybody on Windows 10. It's going to be the most secure. It's going to be the most up-to-date version that they have. So, of course, they want users to get on to Windows 10. So it's a great promotion to get people there. And also, they realize that a lot of people recently purchased computers with a Windows 7, Windows 8 OS. So, in a way, it is, I guess, a nice thing for them to do to provide a free update. You don't get that very often from Windows nowadays. But the free offer does not apply to all OS editions, to all the operating system editions. It's only available to users of non-enterprise versions of those OSs. So that's important to notice. If you're a home user, you have like Windows 7 Home or Windows 8 Home, it's a free upgrade. Of course, if you work in a corporate environment and you have a Pro edition, a corporate edition, you're going to have to pay. If you have an older OS like Windows Vista or XP, there is no direct upgrade path. You'll have to do a clean installation and pay for the operating system. And again, the idea behind this is for those folks who just went out maybe a month before they released Windows 10 and got a machine with Windows 8 or Windows 7 installed, you don't have to pay again for the operating system. But for those who have an upgrade since XP, they're going to ask you to pay for it. The catch. So some upgrades can be done through Windows Update. Need more clarity? Check it out. What OS is everyone currently on? Think about what OS you're currently on at your office and look at the right-hand side of your screen to see the upgrade matrix. And I'm looking back at the chat. No one has got on Windows 10 yet. I wonder why. Anyway, we'll talk more in a sec. So if your initial OS is any one of those under the initial OS column, you could see that all but the last three have a direct upgrade path. Through either immediate ISO, and there are some versions that have it through Windows Update, which makes it really simple, like Windows 7 Service Pack 1, or Windows 8.1 S14, or Windows Phone 8.1, bringing you to Windows Mobile 10. So how much does Windows 10 cost? The upgrade version is free, again, for those non-enterprise editions until July 2016. After that, it's $199 for the Pro Edition, $119 for the Home Edition, if you purchase the full OS at retail. If you buy a new PC with Windows 10, you'll probably get a better deal anyway. Enterprises uses... I just lost my train of thought and stopped talking altogether. Enterprises users with software assurance can upgrade at no additional cost. So that's something to take note of for those IT pros in the corporate world. But you can see the cost is not awfully bad, especially the Pro Edition, which has had higher price tags in the past for other editions. $199 is not too bad. The Can I Upgrade for Free flowchart. Check out the flowchart in more detail in a post by Peter T. in the SpiceWorks community. And I'm going to hover over that. Well, you can't see the full link in the post, but basically if you go on to SpiceWorks and you do a search on their global knowledge or their knowledge base area of Can I Upgrade Windows 10 flowchart, you'll get this little flowchart. It's pretty good. And, you know, just an example, you could see here, has July 29, 2016 passed? No. You can't. No, it hasn't. Is your current browser OS either Windows 7 or 8? If it's no, then nope. Is it yes? Then are you running Enterprise? And you can see how the flowchart runs. So pretty cool little flowchart that someone created to make sense of how to know if you can upgrade or not. I just want to bounce forward. Not in person. We can't talk to each other about this, unfortunately. I wish we were. But I think most people are upgrading from Windows 7, if they are. And personally, between me and you, and I'm not promoting Windows. I'm not promoting Windows 10. This is simply a knowledge presentation. I'm here to give you the information. You decide if you want to do it. My personal opinion, I'm staying with Windows 7 for my customers for as long as I can. Because I feel like Windows 7 is a little bit easier for the users. It's not a big change, and I like how Windows 7 functions. It's going to be supported for a while, so I'm not changing. I think most people who are there are going to be updating from Windows 7 or 8 because they just hate 8 so much they're hoping for something better. I think a lot of people, you say how many machines, I think companies that have a smaller amount of machines are more likely to upgrade sooner than those corporations with the big machines because there's so many machines to worry about problems. And I also think it depends on what type of machines. Physical machines, it's going to be harder to upgrade versus a virtual environment, or if you have a VMview or some type of VDI environment where a virtual desktop infrastructure where you can set up a golden image and just slam it out to your users. Hey, if they don't like it, you could always revert backwards, right? What's your full rollout plan? What are you thinking about doing this? Are you going to test with a few users? Are you going to start by just having the IT folks work on it? Do you let the managers leave them for last, or the executives leave them for last so they don't complain? Things to think about for your rollout. Any pain points, app or driver compatibility, user training, Windows updates, things to consider for your environment. And it's so important to think about drivers. People forget about drivers for printers, for monitors, video cards. Know your environment and test the upgrades. Pick, if you have various departments, a finance department, a merchandising department, use one person in each department and see if they continue operating without problems before you hit everybody else. And pick users that you know are easy to work with, who are kind of into technology, kind of like to work with you. And I think a lot of IT admins, IT pros kind of get a feel for their environment. You have a couple different types of users. You have those who really love getting the new piece of software, the new upgrade, and they can't wait to learn something new. And you got those who hate change. Don't test with the people who hate change. What new features do you like or dislike? Obviously, no one's here. If you have any features you love or hate, shoot in the chat. I'll tell you the thing I hate the most, or I'll say dislike, be a little more positive of the negative. It's the change of the look. It's the change of the feel. Where's my classic start button and my control panel? And, that was always the best part about Windows XP and 7. It's easy to maintain. It's easy to use. I do like the fact that Windows 10 is a little bit more robust. It's definitely a more powerful OS. That's always a plus when you upgrade your operating system. And look around for tips and deployment best practices. You can find them on SpiceWorks. You can look online. You can Google them. Oh, there I am. I said Google. And definitely consider these things before you go through with your upgrade. Those who have an upgrade, do you think Windows 10 is ready for business? Personally, I say no. I wouldn't want to put this in my business environment yet. I think you should wait. What are your biggest concerns? Again, compatibility. Always the biggest, probably second to user experience. Will you upgrade before July 2016? Probably not. For those who are software assurance users, I would probably install the software or get that download, at least save somewhere in your network. At least that way you can then try to play with it and test with it. And I think everyone should test. Even if you're a home user listening to this presentation and you have an extra machine that can handle Windows 10, why not try one machine on it and see what you might like it. Are you waiting on applications to be supported? That's an important one. Don't forget your apps, especially custom-made ones. Anyone concerned about privacy and security? If you are, you should upgrade to Windows 10 because they're always going to put out the most recent and the best patches for updates, in my opinion, for the higher version of Windows versus the smaller versions. So if you're on XP, get off XP. If you're on 7, you're probably okay, but again, if you're on 10, you'll have the most update. When are people thinking about adopting it? And this is an interesting table, and you could see that 35% or within the first year of its release, where people who don't know are one of the smaller amounts, and you can see there are people beyond 3 years, and the overall average, the big takeaway from this is 73% are looking around a 2-year period. That's the average. So people are not going to jump on this. Some interesting things to look over here. Again, check out the whole Will Adoption Take Flight and When posted by Peter T. And then peek at the Windows 10 Will It Soar report. You can search both of these titles on SpiceWorks through the Golden Knowledge or Google them. So who can help you? Let's talk a little bit about one of our sponsors right now. It's a great stopping point. We talked about Windows 10, and we talked about SpiceWorks. Who can get SpiceWorks installed in your system if you need help? Who can help manage your machines and your environment? Who can help you upgrade to Windows 10 or train your users or explain how to use this? AJ Computers LLC. www.ajcllc.com. It's easy to remember. Go to that website, and then you can pick whether you need the AJ Computers IT solutions or the web design services from there. And AJ Computers offers network design and maintenance. We're talking about server rooms, small networks, Wi-Fi, and whether you have a large office of 50 people or more, whether you have a small office of 5 people, they'll work on that environment. Web design, again, and we're going to talk more about AJ Web Design Plus, which is a division of AJ Computers in a few minutes, but they do site audits, design, and maintenance of your website, and websites are so important. We're going to talk more about websites in just a few minutes in the next part of this presentation. IT support, desktop, laptop, server troubleshooting. A lot of it's done remote, which is great. You don't have to worry about waiting for someone to get to your site. And guess what? AJ Computers uses SpiceWorks for ticketing. AJ Computers uses something called LogMeIn to get to your system. It's really nice software. It's clean. You can look it up. It's not any type of weird custom stuff that they're using here. It's stuff that you can trust as the end user or the person working with them. Disaster recovery management, antivirus, backup, security. All those services. We say disaster recovery as the heading, though, because having a plan in the case of a disaster, a machine explodes, a virus occurs, crypto locks, so on and so forth, malware, viruses. What do you do? What happens to your data? Are you prepared? Consulting services, advice, planning, purchase management, and staffing. And of course, IT education and training, one-on-one, group, or remote, all the Office products, internet safety, Apple and Windows operating systems, general PC use, Google services. Those Google apps are getting really popular, and so much more. So Contact Agent Computers LLC. We'll have all the contact details at the very end of the presentation. Let's talk about web design tips. Lots of small businesses probably interested in this one, and it's so important you have a quality website. So let's get to it. Come on. Why having a quality website is important, and this is a funny little slide to start with, but I think it actually gets the point across. Look at the top of your screen, the top left, that amazing appliance and TV shop. Imagine driving up and parking in front of this store. You would never walk into that store. It doesn't matter how beautiful the inside is. They can have the best displays, the most amazing sales staff, great services, the best inventory of merchandise. You are not walking in that front door. It's no different than hitting a website that looks like the one at the top right. No phone number, no information, it's outdated, it's a static page, doesn't look nice. You're just going to move on. This isn't something that looks like a place that you want to do business with. Look at the bottom left of your screen at Lisa's Gift Wrappers. I just Googled some really beautiful storefronts, and this caught my eye. And I think if you were to pull up in front of this store, you are going to have no problems going into this place. It looks really nice, inviting. You got the hours on the door. You can see they're open or not. It's something that you could do and something that is appealing. No different than the website at the bottom right. You could see that you have the rolling promos and you have the merchandise and the phone numbers, and it's a nice, clean website. It's something that is going to appeal to your potential customers or even returning customers. Here are some quotes that I wanted to share. Why having a quality website is so important? E-commerce now represents over 20% of our sales. This was said by the Nordstrom CFO about the Q4 2015 business quarter. This was in the February 19, 2016 Business Insider article. That's a big deal. 20% of our sales. Think about Nordstrom's. They're all over the country. They're in every mall. 20% of their sales are online. 2015 Appliance and Electronics reported that internet sales are up by 24%, yet brick and mortar is down 6.8%. The trend is to the internet. That's the key. And you can see that 20%, 24%, you could see where the growth is matching. So what is a poor website? And if you have one or more of these categories, you have a poor website. I'm sorry to say it. A static homepage, meaning you can't click on things. There isn't anything rolling. There isn't any details. There's nothing worth really seeing on your homepage. Outdated information, a bad address, a bad phone number. Someone calls your store and gets this number's disconnected. They're not going to try to find your phone number. They're moving to the next store. No contact details at all, especially on the homepage. Typos or hard-to-read fonts not only turns off consumers, but it hurts your SEO, search engine optimization, with the browsers, especially with the search engines, rather, especially Google. Under construction for a long term, so one of those web pages just says, oh yeah, our website's coming soon. You don't want to say that for long because that's going to continue to hurt your SEO against that domain or URL. No media, no social media, I should say. No social media at all is a horrible idea, and then not linking it to your website. I mean, come on, it's such an easy way to get what's called link backs. Getting clicks back to your website. It's what helps organically boost your website with SEO. And in the future, in future meetups that we have for the SpiceCorps, I'm going to talk about SEO and things of that nature. So mobile-friendly versus mobile-optimized, another big one. On the left side is a non-mobile website. You could see that the user can get to your web page, but it doesn't look good. It's hard to read. Someone might just click away and move on. Look on the right side. You could see how it looks much better. First, a call to action, the Call Us button, right at the top of the page. You click it and you're calling these people. You could see their services, their product services, packaging services rather. It makes it very easy and to read and much cleaner. With a mobile version, you just want to get to the point. Versus a website where you can have a little bit more detail and you want to have some more graphics, you want to have some more information. And mobile friendly means that the website will load on a phone. Mobile optimized means that the website will load on the phone and display with the intention of being on a small screen. That's really the big SEO. Google tips. People are always asking how to boost their SEO, especially with Google, organically, meaning that they're not paying for a higher ranking. This is happening based on the quality of their website and the amount of traffic they're getting to their website. Here are the top 10 SEO activities for better rankings that you could do with your website, or you should be asking your design consultant to do if they're not already. Number 10, regularly updating your content. So important that you keep your information up to date. You don't want outdated information. You don't want outdated prices or addresses or things of that. Broken links, all of that's bad. Keep your content up to date. Number 9, target the right search phrases. Make sure the phrases that your search SEO plan is based around are phrases that are relevant to your business. You sell jewelry, you want jewelry store, or stones, or fine jewelry, or whatever you think is best. Work with your web designer. You come up with a plan, and you start figuring out what you should and what you shouldn't use for search phrases. Number 8, optimize on-page content. Keep that content fresh, clean, and crisp. You don't want, right here you can see how everything is kind of matching nice. You got the font looks the same, and you don't want things mismatched, things centered, things off to the left. You want it to be nice. You want it to look good. You want your content to appear well on your page. Regularly add, number 7, regularly add quality content. So the content on your website should be relevant to your business. It should be stuff that your potential customers, consumers, that they care about. Optimize for local markets. That's number 6. You want to make sure that you are targeting the people, the demographic, the areas that are relevant for you. If you're a local business, maybe an auto body shop, you want to make sure that the people in your town, in your city, know about you. You don't care if someone in 3 states away knows about you. They're probably not going to drive over to get their car fixed. But people in your town should know that you are there and exist. Number 5 is optimize to improve site load speed. If your website takes like 5 minutes to load, no one's waiting that long. They're going to look for another web page. Heavy graphics, lots of crazy animations, lots of videos. There are ways to fix it if you really want that stuff, but work with your site loader speed. You want to make sure that it's fast and that it's quick for users to start seeing the content and not have to wait for it. Number 4, remove duplicate content. Our history and about us, same thing. You can put both on one page. Don't add clutter for the sake of having a lot of pages. The less a person has to click around to learn about you, the better. Number 3, eliminate crawl errors. Working with your SEO, especially Google, you want to make sure that Google is going through your website and putting all their information, what they call crawling your website, looking at all the pages correctly, and that you aren't having any issues or errors with them. Use social meta tags. Number 2, social media is so important. It creates, number 1, attract inbound links. Link back. What's a link back? You go on Facebook and you say, hey, check out my promotion. Go to my website, www.mywebsite.com. Someone clicks that. They link back. Not only are they clicking it, there is now a link back on the internet that looks at your website. Google sees this. Google likes this. SEO likes it in general. Facebook, Google, Plus, Twitter, YouTube, blogs, press release. So many different ways that you can create these inbound links. This is a great way to boost your SEO as well. Take advantage of it. And social media is the best way of doing this for free, easy inbound link backs. All right, let's get to the takeaway. You need a quality website. What did we learn today? You want it to be mobile friendly or mobile optimized, and really mobile optimized is the best. Dynamic pages, not static. You should have things that are driving your consumers in when they click onto something onto your homepage, not drive them away. Keep it up to date. An online shopping cart, if it's relevant for your business, is a plus, and it's the trend. If you're selling something, sell it online also. Clearly identify your store, its address, phone numbers, the hours you're open. Keep the branding relevant and on the screen. You want to make sure people know what store they're looking at. Payment options, online contact, all of that stuff, very important. So let's talk about AJ Web Design Plus, a division of AJ Computers. They can help you with your website, okay? And they offer all types of services, whether it be a web design, which they feature HTML5, so it's the most up-to-date coding. Search engine optimization is built into their web design, or you can use their SEO services independently if you already have a website. Website audits for those who have websites. They can look and see how you can improve or if you need a new one. And they do website audits of the websites they design. Branding and logo design, very important. Mobile optimization, meaning that the page will load on a mobile or a smart device. blogging and social media tools, and e-commerce tools, all through AJ Web Design Plus. www.ajwebdesignplus.com, or just Google AJ Web Design Plus. And here's just a breakdown of their services, and of course, this is not black and white. There's gray areas. So they offer landing pages and they offer showcase sites, but there's stuff in between. The same with their advanced and e-commerce sites, which are the best prices. And you want to see prices, let's get to the nitty-gritty. You need a landing page. You want one page that has eye-catching content that's going to get your consumer the information they need, a way to contact you, and a way to find you. You're looking at around $3.99 starting at that page. You get some featured listings. There's no shopping cart, but you can feature services or items right on your landing page. Showcase sites, it's a little bit more, starting at $7.99. You got 5 stunning web pages showcasing your business. Featured listings, no shopping cart, but you can feature up to 4 items, and you can really get your business information out there. Start looking at advanced sites. Advanced websites starting at $14.99, 10 dynamic pages showcasing your business and display services and or products. Meaning you can do feature services and limited product listings. There's no shopping cart yet, but you can have up to 20 SKUs, products, or services listed on your site. And of course the e-commerce site, the big boy, starting at $24.99, 5 stunning pages, fully functioning shopping cart and product service catalog pages, unlimited number of products, services needed based on number of SKUs. Up to 100 SKUs is included, and then there's a way to, the AJ Web Design Plus will put your products there for you, talking about descriptions and item numbers and pictures and so on and so forth. All the websites come with really inexpensive hosting. Domain services, stock images are included, full mobile optimization for all 4 site types. Contact information, click to call, integrated Google Maps, social medias, buttons and bars, slider gallery, all the stuff you need for your website, part of any of the type of website you go with. Unlimited bandwidth, 10 gigabytes of storage for images, documents, and so on and so forth. Google Analytics, set up and managed by AJ Web Design Plus. Search engine optimization, SEO. A site visitor counter if you like, premium support, and a ton of vouchers also that get you started on your advertising. Plus, monthly maintenance. So you look at the prices for the setup fee, which is the starting at prices underneath each site type, the $3.99, the $7.99, so on and so forth. That's a one-time fee. And once you pay that, you own the website. You can choose to take your website and manage it completely your own. Or AJ Web Design Plus will manage your site and can continue to do maintenance for you at a very low cost. You could see most people will probably only need a level 1. And I can tell you that we don't oversell what you need. We will give you level 1 maintenance from the start, and if we see that you're going over the time that you need, then we will suggest a higher level maintenance, unless we know for a fact you need something. All these maintenance levels come with a certain amount of hours of time for site updates and changes, meaning that we will does not include that time. So built into every maintenance is your site audit, your SEO scans and reports and correcting the errors, your mobile optimizations, all that's included. And your discount problems beyond our design, meaning that if you go in and make changes and you break your website, well, that's not our design problem, but we'll still fix that at a discounted rate. Plus 2 hours of whatever you need. You want us to do a refresh of images, you want us to fix certain things, you want us to resize things, whatever it is, you get 2 hours a month with level 1, 4 hours level 2, and so on and so forth, up to the 15 hours for level 5. So, and then you can always purchase more time. And again, to purchase more time if you run out. So, and the way we do it here is you get 6 hours a month, you buy a year of service, so do the math. So for example, level 1, you get 2 hours a month, that's 24 hours a year. You could use 24 hours in 1 month and no time the other 11 months. But if you come up to the 10th month and you ran out of time, we'll sell you blocks of time on the reduced rate. I believe, I have to look, I believe it's either $90 or $80 an hour. It's a lot less than the $120 hour per hour maintenance fee we charge for non-contract services. You can pay monthly. When you do monthly, you're not able to pool your time like that. You would have to use so many hours per month. but you get a discount for the yearly service and you pool your time as a year, which I think is a much better plan. Of course, contact AJ Web Design Plus for more details. Again, their contact information will be at the end of this presentation as well. So before we talk about contact information for our great sponsors, that's a wrap. If anyone has any ideas for the next meetup discussion, please email me. Email ajcomputersllc@gmail.com and tell me what you think the next ideas or discussions you'd like to see. We generally like to hit 3 topics like we did today, so we'd love to know what you're interested in. Okay, so for those who are both watching now or watching later, the first people who email me saying, I want a gift, that's all you have to do. Email ajcomputersllc@gmail.com and say, I want a gift. The first 2 people are going to get, the very first person that does that is going to get the Spice Pint Glass. It's a little shot glass from SpiceWorks, really nice. The second person is going to get a coffee thermos. The third is going to get the SpiceRex plush. It's a little SpiceRex guy. He's really cool, great for kids or for adults. The next 2 people get the chili pepper. It's this like a stress ball, only it's in the shape of a chili pepper. Get it? SpiceWorks. And then everyone who emails us will get the Spice sticker. It's a little SpiceWorks logo of the dinosaur sticker and a Scribble Spice pen. Just as a thank you for giving us feedback. All you have to do is the feedback, meaning you email us. I want a gift. ajcomputersllc@gmail.com. You will win a gift here. Thank you for your time today joining the SpiceCorps local IT meetup and watching this presentation. Again, that information sponsored by AJ Computers LLC and AJ Web Design Plus. Here's all the information for you. You can go to ajcllc.com for this exact web page, and you can see all the email information, ajcomputershelp@gmail.com, admin@ajcllc.com, or ajcomputersllc@gmail.com. Will all work. And of course, don't forget to ask for your gift. Call anytime, 609-301-0252 for questions, comments, concerns. We're happy to help anyone who watches this presentation. Even if you're not a customer, we're happy to help or answer some questions for you. Of course, if you're interested in our services, definitely call as well. You can see our mailing information, and from this website, you can enter the AJ Computers LLC IT consulting page, basically for all your IT solutions, or AJ Web Design Plus, which is a division of AJ Computers LLC for all your web design needs. We are a proud member of the Chamber of Commerce, and we love to give special discounts to the folks who are other members of the Chamber of Commerce, so please let us know if you're a Chamber member, or even if you're not. We offer some great discounts for first-time customers as well. That is everything. Again, thank you so much for joining, and have a great day.